You think you're finally free, but then they like your post, send a just checking in text, or pop into your dreams. And deep down, part of you still hopes they've changed. Why? Because you're trauma bonded and they know it. Do you find yourself questioning if your relationship is abusive? Take our Is My Relationship Abusive quiz and take the first step toward understanding your situation. In this video, we'll go inside the mind of a narcissist and explore how they know you're trauma bonded, what signs they look for, how they exploit them, and most importantly, how you break the cycle. They track your emotional cues like a map. Narcissists are very perceptive, not in a good way, but in a calculating way. From the moment they met you, they are silently collecting data. Maybe they found you in a vulnerable state. Then they notice how quickly you forgive, test you to see how quickly you reach out after an argument, see how often you explain yourself, apologize when it's not your fault, and how you respond to their bad behavior. Over time, they learn your emotional GPS. They anticipate when you will pull back so that they can drop that compliment, apology, or other vague breadcrumb. It's not a coincidence. They know what they're doing. Trauma bonding looks like devotion. They know it's control. From the outside, it can look like you're just deeply in love. You defend them. You wait for their texts. You blame yourself when things go wrong. People might even say, wow, you're so loyal. But what you don't see is the emotional roller coaster you're riding. The highs are intoxicating. The lows are devastating. That intensity creates a powerful chemical loop, dopamine when they're loving and cortisol when they're cold. That's a trauma bond. They may not know the clinical words, but they know the dynamic and they use it. They exploit your empathy, not your logic. Narcissists don't win by out-reasoning you. They win by exhausting your heart. You may come with logic. This behavior isn't okay. I feel disrespected. I can't keep living this way. But the narcissist doesn't engage with logic. They bypass it entirely and aim straight for your empathy. They say things like, you know, I've been through a lot, or you're so sensitive. Why are you attacking me? Suddenly, you are comforting them and doubting yourself. They use your best qualities against you, like compassion, care, the desire to understand, as tools to manipulate. Ambiguity is their favorite weapon. Narcissists rarely give you a clean break or a clear answer. That's not by accident. They thrive in the gray areas. They say things like, I just need time to figure things out. This strategy leaves you waiting, wondering, hoping. That uncertainty leaves you stuck. You've fallen in their emotional trap. This keeps you hoping for a change and delaying your healing. Narcissists aren't unclear by accident. They are unclear because it gives them power. They actively disrupt your healing. Some narcissists are calculated. You're healing, you're starting to move on. Then on a random day, they unblock you, like a post or drop a random message. Others just act on impulse. Either way, when they see you healing, they feel rejected, even if they ended things. It's not about wanting to be with you. It's about making sure you're not okay without them. They're addicted to control, not you. It's easy to mistake a narcissist's repeated returns for love, especially when they text you after a month of silence, when they show up with a gift or a memory, when they say, I can't stop thinking about you. It can feel like proof they care, but here's the hard truth. It's not about you. It is about control. They don't come back because they miss your heart. They come back because they miss the power they held over you, the ability to affect your emotions. You were their mirror, their supply, their audience. The question is, why do they do this? What do they gain? Power, validation, a buffer from their own pain. Narcissists often feel powerless internally, so they control others to feel in charge. Instead of addressing their emotional wounds, they displace them onto you. They get to feel superior while you're left questioning your worth. They don't want real intimacy, they want certainty. That certainty often comes from you still being hooked, no matter what they do. If you've been trauma bonded with a narcissist, it's not your fault. Narcissists don't accidentally hurt people. They study your pain. They aren't masterminds, and you weren't weak for staying. You were targeted. You were conditioned, you were controlled. But the moment you start seeing the patterns for what they really are, that's when their power begins to unravel. You break the cycle. You don't owe them another chance. You owe yourself freedom. Thank you for watching. Download our free resources, which will help you understand the patterns of abuse, spot the warning signs, and take your first steps toward reclaiming your strength and autonomy. Please raise awareness by sharing with others. You can also like or subscribe if it is safe to do so. And stay tuned for our next uploads. We'll break down exactly how trauma bonding impacts your mind and body, and most importantly, how to break the cycle for good. See you in the next video.